What's up everybody, my name is Big Cam and welcome back to another movie review, and today we are talking about 2025's Black Bag from director Steven Soderbergh, who you may know from things like Ocean's 11, the Ocean's franchise, 12 and 13. He's done other things like Erin Brockovich with Julia Roberts, excuse me. And he's also done things like Contagion, Logan Lucky, so he's directed 51 films, you know, he's done quite a few things. He is also like one of those writer, director, producer, director, you know, editing directors, like he does it all, you know, he's got a vision and he sees it through type of thing. And I do really like Steven Soderbergh's films, especially those Ocean's 11 movies. I've always really liked, and you know, rumor had it about a year ago that he is in the process of making Ocean's probably what, 14 with Brad, George Clooney, and Matt Damon again. So I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I really wouldn't. I would definitely want to see it, you know, probably before seeing like an Ocean's 9, you know what I mean? You know, with the women group. The Ocean's 8 was fine, but it just, you know, it felt like, okay, we could have done another Ocean's movie, but we just went the other route and just in this, like, we gotta do women's movies, and it's like, alright, well, okay. I liked it, but a lot of people didn't for that reason, you know what I mean? But, you know, the cast in this is unreal. And I wish it was, you know, the cast is great, but I wish it was a little bit more entertaining in like the action comedy sense, like an Ocean's movie, where like this thing's going on, you're kinda in an adventure, but you're also trying to figure out how they're doing what they're doing. And in a sense, this movie kinda has that vibe, because the you know, synopsis for this says, it takes a spy to hunt a spy, and when his beloved wife is suspected of betraying the nation, an intelligent agent faces the ultimate test, loyalty to his marriage or his country, right? And it's a group of spies, and one of them is really, really good at finding out who lies, and you know, they're a group of spies, so they're all very good liars, and he's got to find out who is the liar in the group and who isn't telling the truth and who is the mole, who's the rat, you know what I mean? So the whole movie's kind of this whodunit, you know, like who's the bad guy, who's the guy that's lying, who's the guy that's the mole, you know what I mean? And then there's drama between the wife and husband, which is Cate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender, two of, you know, my favorite actors working today. And then there's also Marisa Abela, Tom Burke's in here playing Freddie Smalls. I really like Tom Burke actually, but not in this movie, but like as an actor. NAOMIE HARRIS, REGE-JEAN Page, Pierce Brosnan, right? Like the cast in this is quite good. But I just felt like it was, you know, if you're into just watching actors chat and have like great conversations together and sitting in rooms, sure, it's great. But there's no like action, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe there is, but just not enough. But it's also, you know, not an egregiously long film. It's only about 90 minutes, 94 minutes, so about just over an hour and a half. Not bad, not great. I feel like maybe I need a second watch on this to really understand the dialogue and everything that's happening. Going into it, I think I was expecting more action and stuff like that, so maybe at the beginning of the movie I wasn't listening quite as much as I should be, you know, to understand why the movie's called Black Bag, you know what I mean? The only reference I heard was like, oh, when the spies talk to each other and there's something that they're about to say that's like incriminating or something like that, they go Black Bag, and it's like their safe word, like pineapple, you can't, nope, we're not going further, you know, Black Bag, you know, like just up. And, which is what I think it is, but I'll have to second watch to make sure that I understand what happened in this movie. But good, not bad. I'm glad I didn't go to the theaters and watch it. I rented it at home. Much more of a easier watch at home, I feel. Although in the theaters it probably would have been fine, but I might have disliked it even more in theaters because of how anticlimactic, right? If I was expecting action and they didn't give me action and I went to the theaters for action, I don't think I would have been very happy. But, you know, at home, having my expectations changed a lot easier because it's just me, you know, there's no audience, there's no big screen, there's no leaving the house, you know, so for me, I was just able to, okay, alright, let me pause this for a second, wrap my head around that this isn't going to be a real action movie, go get a drink, go take a pee, come back, finish your movie, you know what I mean? Like, you can't pause in the movie theater, you know what I'm saying? you gotta sit there and be involved and be like, all right, this is wonderful. Yeah, like, and ironically, this time last year, I probably would have watched about 120 movies by April at this point, and I've only watched 50-something movies this year, which is very low for me. But I feel like I've been watching a lot more television shows at the start of this year, and now I'm kind of caught up on what I wanted to see. You know, I've been watching White Lotus, I watched Invincible, I watched The Studios, first couple episodes on Apple TV+. Really funny shows. Daredevil Born Again's been running right now, so go check out my video breakdowns for that if you haven't and you're interested in stuff like that. But overall, for this movie, Steven Soderbergh's Black Bag, I gave it about 3.5 out of 5 stars. You know, nothing too crazy, definitely not a bad movie, but, you know, I enjoyed the whodunit of it, and I really enjoyed Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett, and, you know, they're just two of my favorites, so of course I'll like it for them. And Pierce Brosnan's good, but he doesn't have as big a role as he maybe should. Maybe Pierce Brosnan's gonna make me go back and watch those James Bond movies of his, because I really did like him when I was growing up, and I haven't seen a whole lot of him since, you know what I mean? But 3.5 out of 5 stars for Black Bag from 2025 from Steven Soderbergh. That's my score. Comment below what your score out of 5 or 10 stars would be for this film, and let me know in the comment section below what I should watch next. Should I go to the theaters and check something out? Is there something that's streaming that you guys have been watching? Comment below. I would love to know what you've been watching, and if you have any movie recommendations for me, drop them down in the comment section below. Or you can message me on my other social medias. Links for those down in the description. Big Cam, 2 G's in the Big, pretty much anywhere, and you'll find me. Just look for this ugly face. Thank you guys so much for coming on by, and I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Peace.